In the sterile corridors of a private hospital in Gurugram, the dreams of a young woman were pronounced dead alongside her body. Radhika Yadav, 24, arrived with four bullet wounds, each one a testament to a father's rage against his daughter's independence. What began as whispered community taunts escalated into a calculated execution that would strip away not just a life, but the very essence of female ambition in a society that weaponizes shame against women who dare to succeed. The crime was methodical in its cruelty. Deepak Yadav, consumed by the collective voices of neighbors who mocked his dependence on his daughter's income, shot Radhika 5 times from behind. Four bullets found their mark. She had refused, once again, to close the tennis academy that represented her transition from player to mentor, a natural evolution that threatened the fragile masculinity of a man who could not bear that his daughter's success exposed his own failures. This was no crime of passion. For months, Deepak had systematically dismantled his daughter's spirit through what her friend Himanshika Singh Rajput described as controlling behavior and constant criticism. The murder was merely the final act of a prolonged campaign of psychological warfare waged against a young woman whose only transgression was refusing to dim her light to preserve her father's dignity. The social dynamics that led to Radhika's death reveal the suffocating power of groupthink in communities where women's achievements are viewed through the lens of male shame. Neighbors' taunts about the household running on Radhika's money created a toxic feedback loop that transformed a father's pride into murderous resentment. The collective judgment of peers became a death sentence for a woman who had committed the unforgivable sin of financial independence. Radhika's tennis career, though modest by international standards, represented something far more significant. A woman carving her own path in a male dominated society. Her 36 singles matches and 7 doubles appearances on the ITF circuit were victories not just in sport, but in the broader struggle for female autonomy. When her playing career ended in March 2024, her pivot to coaching demonstrated the kind of adaptability and vision that should have been celebrated, not punished. The manipulation was as calculated as the murder itself. Deepak had demanded repeatedly that Radhika close her academy, each refusal adding fuel to his growing rage. In her final days, according to Himanshika's account, Radhika had suffered for 10 days before her death, even telling her father she was willing to comply with his demands. But capitulation came too late. The machinery of violence had already been set in motion. The aftermath reveals the isolation that many successful women face within their own families. When police arrived at the hospital, Radhika was accompanied only by her uncle Kuldeep. Her parents, the very people who should have been her protectors, were notably absent. Even in death, she faced the consequences of her father's choices alone. Deepak's confession to police was delivered with the same cold calculation that marked the crime itself. There was no remorse, no recognition of the magnitude of his actions, only the admission that he had executed his daughter because she refused to surrender her independence. His words stand as a chilling testament to how completely he had dehumanized the young woman he had once presumably loved. Radhika Yadav's murder is not an isolated tragedy, but a symptom of a broader sickness, the systematic destruction of women who dare to dream beyond the boundaries society has drawn for them. Her death serves as a stark reminder that in too many communities, a woman's success is not her own triumph, but a collective threat to male authority, one that some will silence with the finality of bullets fired from behind. In the end, Radhika's story reveals the ultimate cost of independence, that to dream a dream out loud in this world, some women must be prepared to die for the right to breathe freely.